It'll be okay. She's not going anywhere. We're going to give everybody a minute to simmer down, and while we do that, we're going to watch a little recap, like anybody needs this, of Mariah's career. We call it a little sizzle reel. Watch this, and we'll be right back with you with Mariah Carey at our kitchen table. Watch this. Over 100 million albums sold worldwide. More #1 hits than Elvis. One of the biggest forces in pop music. Mariah Carey. She literally exploded onto the music scene in 1990 with Vision of Love, and she took home the Grammy for Best New Artist. 18 #1 hits and 5 Grammys later, Mimi has established herself as one of the most influential female artists of all time. Her success, unstoppable. This year, Carey released another hit album and married her sweetheart, Nick Cannon. Now, this singer, songwriter, producer, and actress just released her next project, her second fragrance, Mariah Carey's Luscious Pink. Woman. What a beautiful bottle.
Do you like it?
This is Mariah's new fragrance, Luscious Pink.
Luscious Pink.
She wore a luscious flavor.
I wore just a little pink just to be festive, yeah.
Now, what's the difference? I know the M was the first fragrance, and now there's Luscious Pink. Can you tell people, because we don't have smell-o-vision,
right?
Can you tell people what the difference is between the two?
Smell-o-vision will be next, probably. The difference is, other than the bottle, this has, you know the flower peony?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, those are like my favorite ones. I'll spray a little bit, spray it, and then do that.
You're doing the paw.
Yeah, the paw.
The paw.
And so it becomes more daytime than the original, which was M, the purple bottle, which I still love the purple bottle. That's like still my favorite.
So that's your nighttime.
That's a nighttime moment. This is more day, a little lighter, and it's basically got the same things. The original had a gourmand note, which might interest you.
I think food is a sexy thing, so I think
that's what they say. They were teaching me about all the notes in the perfume.
So just like your music, you're really involved in this, and you're involved in the notes of perfume as much as you are in your albums.
Exactly. So I got involved in learning about notes, and I was like, you're kidding me, they're called notes, but they really are. So the one gourmand note was actually toasted marshmallows.
Nice.
So,
I like the burnt ones. I always fight over the extra
I like
crispy
the burnt
marshmallows.
ones too.
Me too.
So these are like, you know, almost burnt marshmallows. But so, yeah, so we added the peony to this one, and it just became a little crisper, a little flirtier, fresher for the day.
You know, it's always surprised me, because I'm a person who's really uncomfortable with my body, how comfortable you are with yours.
Oh, dear.
I just saw these now pictures. No, I'm not gonna ask you, like, you know, take your pink jacket off or anything. I just want to know, are you really that comfortable, or is it hard for you to, even being a knockout that you are? Is it difficult to take a picture, you know, like those beautiful ones in L with you and Nick, and you're in it's a bikini get up. It's just stunning. I mean, I would be like, oh my God, can I have a couple of glasses of wine before I...
Well, don't think I don't have a couple of glasses of wine before.
Have you always felt very confident about your body image, or is it something you really have to work at?
I mean, you have to work at it, but I think the thing is that I wasn't always confident about myself, just visually as a kid growing up. So I think maybe I felt more comfortable with the whole body aspect than like the hair, the face, that whole thing. And as I learned how to do that side of things growing up, I learned how to do my makeup and do my hair, because it wasn't easy. And
so it's been a process for you. You had to get comfortable with yourself, just like every other one.
Of course, definitely, yeah.
You know, I want to talk about the tour that you're getting ready to embark on. How big?
Yes.
Worldwide?
It's worldwide, yes.
You know, this tour has a really super cool aspect to it. You know, we're big fans of Project Runway and Tim Gunn and our friend Greta, who's always in the house. You have a design contest element to this tour that I think is so cool. It gives a break to any amateur designer or the designer within any one of us?
Here's the thing. They send in their designs to MariahCarey.com, MariahCareyBeauty.com.
Right.
Eventually gets seen by me and selected, one of the designs. They're showing some of them here in the studio. One of the designs will be brought to life. And I end up wearing it, and the proceeds go for breast cancer research.
And what a great way. Not only do you have a chance to get known worldwide for your design like that instantly, you're on Mariah Carey. Wow, one step. Plus, you're doing something to benefit women all over the planet. It's just a very cool concept.
And I get a new dress. So
and you get a new dress. And it's very much in character with you to do something like this attached to your tour because, of all of your work with Camp Mariah and Make-A-Wish. Do you want to tell everybody a little bit about that? And of course, we'll link you to that as well on the site and on your site.
Camp Mariah is in association with the Fresh Air Fund, they've been helping kids out for over 100 years. And basically, my camp is a career awareness camp, so the kids who may not know what they want to do with their lives can go to the camp and they learn about different options for their careers. They get to do fun things like photography or learn about making videos and things like that.
Because the point is to find your passion, right?
Yeah, exactly.
To do what you love.
And they may never have been able to pick up, a camera or see in a professional situation like that. So it's pretty amazing.
That's
pretty
good.
cool.
It's the best part of your life. Right?
Yeah, it is.
So how into the statistics do you get, though? I mean, 18 number ones, you topped Elvis, the Beatles are a few away. Is that anything you keep in your rearview mirror, or is it really not on your radar at all? You just enjoy what you do, and that's that?
You know what? The first time I hear a new single on the radio, that's a big deal. It's still like when I first heard my first single on the radio for the first time. I mean, I can't say it's exactly like the first time was a huge, big deal. But
it's still a thrill.
It's still a thrill. So to have a song go to #1 and to have this record is a big deal.
Let me ask you, has it gotten easier for you or more difficult, or remains the same, the whole writing process for you? Has it become easier to be more open as you've grown?
It's pretty much like that's the extension of who I am. That's what I love the most. And no matter what, being truthful and honest in a song, maybe it won't be a single, but being able to express myself and knowing, okay, this might help somebody else. I'm going to write this for that reason. And I love it. I love writing. To me, I'd rather write the song because it's an extension of who I am, and I want to be involved, and I'm just too much of a control freak when it comes to my music.
It doesn't sound like you're a control freak, frankly. It just sounds like you're an honest artist,
right?
And that's, just is what it is.
Right.
So, the new video that's coming out is I Stay in Love, and Nick directed it.
Yes, he did.
Your handsome, lovely husband.
Yes.
I want to talk about Nick for a minute, because imagine being this guy and trying to ask out Mariah Carey. That is a tough job. Was it really hard for Nick, getting up the courage to ask you out?
He was doing things like, always on the who's your celebrity crush. He was always saying me, and he was like, he feels like he spoke this into existence. So he already put in the work on that end, and people would always tell me, and I'd be like, do I believe that? I don't know if I believe that he really said that. And then I would find out that he said it, and backstage at an award show, I was like, yeah, thanks for all the nice things you've been saying about me, not knowing, and he was just like, yeah, I meant every word. So that was like our little first introduction. Yeah, that was the thing. And then when we were doing the video, it just seemed like we'd known each other for forever. So that was...
easy as breathing.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do Mariah's Rules to Live By, Mimi's Rules to Live By. And you know what guys talking about this? What God was talking about this was, I can't imagine, and there's an echelon of celebrity that few people get to, where literally their whole life is in a fishbowl. So, I mean, just a simple thing like getting out of a car is a big deal for someone like you.
Yeah.
How do you get out of a car successfully
It's been really difficult. It's been one of those things that I had to learn how to do, but I was always aware of it, thank God.
Can you imagine having to be aware of how you get out of a car?
But
like
you know
the
what?
simplest thing.
They got me one time, and I was like, but at least I had underwear on. And, you know, and it was like, I just was very thankful for that. But I think what you have to do is basically you lead with the leg. You have to lead with the leg and then kind of place the hand down, and then you're up. And then if hopefully somebody's standing in front of you, then you proceed to walk.
Excellent.
It depends what kind of car you're getting out of, too. You don't need to be in an Escalade with a teensy skirt on. That's not easy.
That's a trick. You need a ramp or something, I would imagine.
I wanted a ramp. I was like, can you make me a ramp that, you know, just slide down somehow?
Yeah, I completely agree. That's what they need for those situations.
They do.
So now, how do you tell someone, would you tell someone, if they had, as this morning 9 people told me that I had lipstick on my teeth or something stuck in, like toilet paper to your shoe? I've had that one too.
I've had both of those.
Or that your zipper is down. I had to tell someone that last week. Or that in my case, there's food in your teeth.
Oh my goodness. We've all had all of those things. So I think we feel for people when they are. So how do I do it?
Yeah, how would you tell someone?
The minute
do you do that mirror thing, or do you whisper? I mean,
well, it depends how well I know the person. Because if I don't know the person and I tell them something and they get mad at me, I don't need that. You know what I mean? But if it's my friend, I'll just be like, whoever, such, you know, Rachel, you know, something. You know, or what I do is sometimes you take a knife and you just look at it at the tape. If you're trying to find out for yourself, and you just sneak a peek because
that is clever.
You treat it as a mirror.
So stay away from telling others unless you know them. If you know them, give them the cue. And if you want to check you, look for the knife
or a utensil of any sort. You know,
she's clever, this woman. It's a good one. Right, the next time you're at a wedding, tell me you're not going to use that. That's a really good one. Okay, so I hear that you can apply gloss without a mirror.
Yes.
I'm impressed by that.
It's actually a mirror. I used to do the knife thing with that too, but a friend of mine, Elena, gave me this, and I kind of love it. And I use it like, let's say you're at a club, right? Just a regular lipstick thing. Usually it's not studded, but this one is.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. And you go like this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it lights up.
I've seen, these are the coolest. I dig these.
I know.
I love these.
And then there's a little mirror on the side, like that.
You know who loves this? Diane Sawyer loves this too.
She does?
You do. You got a thing in common with the Diane, I'm telling you.
I love Diane
That is
Sawyer.
so clever. So we're going to let the audience ask Mariah a few questions. We're going to let you have at it here. Let's see who's going first. Who's got our first Mariah question?